We'll get going here in just a moment, folks. Top. Oh, nice. I like it. I like it. I believe Taylor makes the greatest guitars, acoustic guitars in the world. I'm biased because I own one, and I've owned one for 20 plus years. But now I'm going to make you listen to me tune this. Yeah, doesn't that sound awesome? Am I in tune? Is this thing on? Is this thing on? I'm going to make you listen to me tune my guitar through my new item. Let's unmute it just so you can listen. Here we go. So I'm tuned down to C sharp. What kind of guitar am I playing? Somebody tell me. Somebody tell me. What is it? What is it? I'd show you the moon, my knees hurt, but I'd probably get blocked on YouTube. All right. I better stretch these ones out a little bit. I know, isn't it fun? Isn't it super fun listening to somebody tune a guitar? Give me just a second. I got kind of a late start. I got a phone call right before I got started here. What am I playing? Okay, good answer. I love it. Anybody recognize the amplifier? Anybody recognize the amp? Anybody sound familiar? Does it sound familiar? I'm curious. Yo, what's happening? How's everybody doing? Thanks for being here. Rody, what's up, Mike? Lars, welcome, brother. Let's see, my knees hurt. Welcome. I'm not going to show you the moon. Sorry, bro. All right. Yes, modified Strat, right? I'll get the Strat out soon enough. This is my. Ooh, we're panned way over to the right. Let's make this straight up. Here we go. Now we'll make it nice and stereo for you guys who are listening in stereo. Mono. Isn't that amazing? With the click of a button, we got full-on stereo, and I'm gonna make it even more stereo just for the sake of doing it, because I like it. It makes my guitar just sound epically huge. It's really fun. This is a 2010 Gibson Les Paul Traditional, 57 Classic Plus in the bridge, 57 Classic in the neck, and I set it up myself. Thank you for the compliment, Lars. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, this is a beauty. It did catch a little bit of damage in the fire that I had to go through. And so it didn't have these marks on it beforehand, but now it's got more personality. So I'm okay with the marks on it. I'm surprised I hadn't done it myself, but you know, I don't light fires. Oh no, cancel that. I'm not gonna kill that. There we go. I don't start fires in my own home. I let other people do that for me. Yeah, it's sounding nice. And I'm going to show y'all what I'm playing through. I did a live stream this morning that showed off this beautiful new piece of software. I do buy myself something once in a while. I'm pretty frugal, if you will. I don't spend a ton of money on myself. I put it in my bank account and let it sit there and collect dust. It's got a firebrand, Rhodey. You're absolutely right. Um, I'm not playing through the using Kettner tonight, Rhodey. I know we have almost identical amps, so let me show you what I'm playing through. Uh huh. You're seeing it right there in front of your face. Yes, this is one heck of an amplifier. Now I haven't had hardly any time at all to mess with this amplifier. So I'm gonna mess around a little bit with my volume controls to see how it responds. And this is the new Neural DSP. What do they call it? It's the Mesa Boogie Suite by Neural DSP, of course. And I'm just gonna see what happens. So I think I can make this thing a little bit cleaner by pushing this button right here, and I might get yeah, I can get a nice clean tone on this. I've never played through a Mark II C+. Not many people have. They've been very expensive guitars or amplifiers to own, and highly, highly sought after amplifiers. Very, very famous. Pull the high pass filter off of that to get some more low end. There we go. Really liking that. I'm gonna turn off my comp for my vocal. I'm gonna bypass that so that now when I play, I can still talk and you can still hear me. Boy, this thing just sounds fantastic, and the response from it is really nice. So I bought myself a new piece of gear today, if that's what y'all want to call it. I suppose you can. I'm using a preset patch that's called Rhythm Thicker. But the default, when you plug right into it, this is what your amp sounds like. Yeah, very, very fun amp to play through. I'm going to turn the doubler on just because I can, and it really sounds nice. Yeah. Oh, that's sounding sweet. I like it. I like it. Oh, yeah. Whoa, is that a new amp model? Yeah, you think? I got blown up today with emails, and I already bought it from Neural DSP, and I got a text this evening. And here's my guess: is that? Hang on, I gotta grab a rag here. I'm gonna turn on some lights, just because it's kind of dimly lit in here. I got a something really cool guitar shocker welcome. And Hugh, great to see you, brother. My brother in Luthery trade. I love it. Let me get back to my full mug. Okay. I got a 20% discount buying this amp sim from Neural DSP because I'm a previous owner of other software from those guys, or amplifiers, if that's what you want to call them. So they gave me a really healthy discount on it. So I think I paid about 99 US dollars for this. Might have been 89. I didn't even look. I just saw that they had the Mark II C plus amp and bought it. It is definitely unique from their other amp sims. It does not sound like Gojira. It doesn't sound like Nolly. It can, of course, but really, really, did you? Okay. Well, uh, you're hearing it with the Les Paul, of course. And it's what's interesting is right out of the gate. One thing I noticed that I love about this plugin is that it's not like this super high gain amp that they just throw at you right out of the gate. This tone is definitely got some gain on it, right? But it's not like blown up, gain turned up to the hilt like most young guitar players do. They let's see, they take their preamp volume and like do that with it and gain. And this might get a little loud, I don't know. Yeah, there's your it's all woofy and blah. Anyway, I love the fact that they didn't send this out with the gain just beamed. So my compliments, Neural DSP, on that. Just when you open this thing up, that's what you get. Something I do like to do with them is let me show you the plugin again, and it works just like a normal amplifier. You can turn the knobs with your mouse, of course, and you can assign this stuff to a MIDI keyboard or something like that to control it. It's really super cool. I usually turn the gate down. If I turn it off, we've got noise. You can probably hear that. I hope you can. And just bump it, and now I'm silent. If I take my hands off the guitar, it's silent, and right? And the other very cool thing about this, I mean, I absolutely love this. I am a metalhead from way back. I still have long hair. I've had it since I was 10. Started growing my hair out. Might have been younger than that when I really tried. Mom made me cut my hair, but you can do this with it. Check this control out. So I'm in tune to E standard right now, and it's got a really great built-in tuner that's very responsive. I'm a little out of tune right now. And if you don't want to listen to yourself tune, I like to hear it, but you can mute it, right? So very cool. And you can activate this stuff with the MIDI controller if you choose. Make sure I'm turning the right knob on this thing. I haven't played this Les Paul for quite a while. Shamefully have not played this Les Paul for quite a while. All right, so one thing that is super cool about this is this transpose knob right here. So if you want to, go low, get into the Korn era of music. I don't have my glasses on right now. We'll go drop C, not drop. In fact, let's go to drop C. So I'm going to set this back up to 0. If you're playing country music or other styles of music that need that low tuning, you can do it with a twist of a button. Very, very cool. I have a lot of stuff going on. I'm gonna remove. I'm gonna turn off some of these effects and try and minimize the amount of CPU I'm burning here. Make sure that everything still sounding okay. There we go. So a new plugin. I'm super happy about it. It sounds fantastic. Curious if anybody has questions or anything. Yeah. Yeah, Hugh, it's really neat. You can drop down to play an Alice in Chains tune or whatever, and the latency is virtually zero. And I say virtually zero because it is not zero. There is some latency, so you do experience that. Now, one thing I would like to say, and that is that there may be a young man who might be among us all today who played his first chord on a guitar yesterday. And I was there to watch it. And I helped guide his little fingers onto that fingerboard. And to express how special that moment was for me, as you all know, I'm absolutely in love with the guitar. And it was so neat to see a young person be so excited about playing guitar and just to watch him do it and watch him play that first chord of his life. What I wouldn't give to have that video. And yes, I did shoot video and I sent it to Mom, and hopefully that she responded and said thanks, but it was just really a neat moment. So there's another guitar player coming up in this world, and my hope is to keep him excited about it, keep him learning, challenge him. He's doing lessons. He just expressed an interest to Mom about playing guitar. She brought his guitar in, and we got it new strings on it and got it playing as good as that guitar can be played. And now he's going to learn how to play guitar. So yeah. He's actually E power chord. No, the first chord he played was a big old E major. And it didn't sound anything like that. It sounded a lot like I don't have, let me see if I can, yeah, here we go. I can turn this lead drive off. So it sounded a lot like that. So yeah, you guys, I'm doing my best to keep the guitar players alive and happy in this world. And he really had a great time at our lesson. So that was super fun. B7 B7 add 13, no 5, right? There we go. Correct me if I'm wrong. No, it wasn't that chord, but that is a B7 add 13. Dominant 7th, by the way. B major 7 add 13 would be and the young man handled it really well. And during his first lesson, we did a lesson for about 40 minutes. And, I just want to share this with y'all because, man, these moments are really special to me. My little one is long grown up and out of the house. And so, but to see this kid play it, and while we were doing the lesson, he played an E, and I was getting him to change from the old E major to the A major. It's a very simple move on the guitar for somebody who's been playing for a little while, but to him it was like, whoa. And you can see that just very little movement, you can go from one chord to the other. And so I made him hold that E chord, and I was explaining to him, and he had his fingers on the guitar, and he pulled his hand off the guitar, and I could see him like, and it was adorable. So nonetheless, it definitely got some sore fingers yesterday. So I'm doing my job right, I think, for him. So it's a very cool moment for me. Yeah, so really excited to have a new youngster. Play. Fifth position. Holy smokes. Fifth position. What E major? Fifth position. I don't even know what E major and fifth position. Fifth position. I wouldn't know what you're talking about with the fifth position E major. Yeah. So, having said all of that and shared my fun experience with y'all, and I thought you guys might appreciate that. There's some really good guitar players in our presence. Hello, Jack. Welcome, man. I'm glad you're here. Haven't talked to you for a while. It'd be cool to have a conversation with you, man. I know you've been busy, and dude, I am on day. What day am I on? I'm 18 or 19 straight working, if that's what you want to call it. I don't call my job work, but boy, I could definitely use a day off. But it looks like it's going to be another week or 2 weeks before I actually get a day off. But that's how small businesses in our country survive. And it's why my small business hasn't been crushed by corporations like Walmart and other large corporations that screw people over. We look out for one another. We look out for our customers. We take care of people. We're honest, and we sell stuff for an honest price. Yeah. So, Jack, thanks for asking. How's Stu? Stu is still recovering. I talked to him on the phone, and thank you for that question, man. That means a lot. He's getting better. I'm gonna keep what he went through. I'll let him tell you one of these days if he chooses to. But he's healing up. He's still in a bit of pain, and he's still taking some pain medication to deal with it. He had some surgery done, and I talked to him on the phone last night or the night before. He called me and just thanked me for covering for him and for keeping him posted on how things were going at the shop. So he's getting well. It's going to take a little while for him to get back, and it could be 3 or 4 weeks, which means I have to cover his absence, and he would do the same for me. So we all have earned it from one another. And when I got really sick, I got pretty sick last summer or the summer before, and I missed two or 3 weeks of work, and he covered for me. So yeah, he's doing great. His health is improving a lot now. He's just in a bit of pain right now from the surgery. So let's throw a backing track on. I haven't soloed on this on a Les Paul shaped object for a while. So I'm going to go ahead and just leave the camera the way it is. So I'm going to scoot back a little bit so you can all see me. And if any of my students are here, feel free to say hello in the chat. You should be able to type in there. I have it set up so that anybody can chat, whether you're subscribed or not. Let's look at some bluesy stuff. This is stuff that I've used in the past, and I need to mute a track here. Give me just a second. Yeah, I'll mute this. So I should be able to do this. So let's just see. Let me double check before I run off and make myself look goofy. I don't know how. I wasn't totally prepared. I would have done this right before I started my stream today, but I got that phone call that I had to take. So we'll see what this amp does with some blues, right? I think it's blue. I have no idea what key this is in. Should be able to. flat. Whoa, G sharp. I don't solo in that mode very often. And it was just a stupid old blues scale. All right? Good old-fashioned blues scale. The most abused scale in the history of guitar playing. And I haven't played a Les Paul for a while, so I'm really feeling like sloppy, and I was sloppy as a mess on that one. That was nasty, not very good at all. Hang on, Preston will be right back. Gotta get some coffee. That was not very good. G sharp major, A flat major. So let's find something else, and then we might switch over to what the title of this stream is all about. And that is playing a modified Strat that I've done a lot of modifications to. I have no idea what this track is, and I'm gonna be messing with the amp a little bit, probably gonna add some gain. So let's see what we have here. I do not know. That's too slow. I don't want to do that. That would bore you guys to death, probably. Let's listen to this. Oh, that's too fast. I can't keep up with that. I'm not warmed up. Let's see. Maybe this one? Let's see what this one is. Maybe? What is it? I don't like that one. Here we go. This one ought to be good. I'm going to add some gain to it, so I need to pull for the lead track. I'm going to add some delay to my guitar. We'll engage some delay. So this is I gotta get this mix fixed. Let me fix this mix. So we're totally like blasting blasting the blues scale. That was actually in the key of C sharp minor, which I transposed it to F sharp minor. And I'm gonna switch guitars right now because this thing is absolutely terribly out of tune, and it needs some work. That one definitely needs some work. It doesn't get used enough. I don't play it enough and don't keep up tabs on it often enough to feel terribly good about that. Playing that guitar, you could hear that thing just whacking out of tune, I'm sure. And this one should. So, heavily modified Fender Stratocaster. This is a guitar that has been modded to beat all mods, I think. This thing is really a useful tool. It's got humbuckers and a coil tap. I've talked a lot about this guitar, and I play it on almost every live broadcast. I acquired this guitar by doing some recording work with the previous owner. The guy that owned this guitar held me the day I was born, I believe. And he's a very good friend of my uncle, and has always been a part of my life. And somebody's texting. Let's see. Okay. I did all of the modifications of this. When this guitar came into my possession, it was a normal old Stratocaster with single coil pickups. I've refretted it once, and it did not have the coil tap on it, obviously, because it didn't need it. But it does have the original switch that we kept in it, and all the original machine heads, and I believe this has the original nut. Even after refretting it, we didn't have to put a new nut on it. So that was stays in tune way better than that good old Les Paul. So I'm really digging playing the old Strat. Jedi, Jingle Bay. Hey, Marshall. Greetings. Hey, hello from Florida. Hey, thank you. Yeah, you guys are probably experiencing, I don't know what kind of weather there right now. It sounds like California's got snow on the ground and floods. Hopefully you guys are experiencing some great weather. We're having really beautiful weather outside right now. It's about 30 degrees and the wind's blowing, which is better than 10 degrees and the wind blowing. Yeah, we had a beautiful sunny day today. It's just gorgeous out there. You can see it. My plants are just loving it. So it stays nice there. Thank you for that. So I'm going to move on and play a little bit more. I'm kind of like sucking right now, and I need to make up for lost time. 85 and sunny. Can you see my middle finger from there? That's awesome. Let me throw another backing track. I don't know what key this one's in. I'm just going to play a little bit today. We'll see what we can come up with. I have no idea what we're going to hear. So this is kind of sad. So I'm going to tap some tempo in. Yeah, we're running dual delays. I've got, let's see, time on. I'm going to do dotted eighth notes. Let me see if I can find it. Dotted eighth notes on the right and quarter notes on the left. nice, that was a nice little minor, D minor key. I think I'm in D minor. Yeah, I'm not transposed anywhere. So pretty simple. Again, another progression that could be done just using the blues scale, but why? Why just sit in the blues scale? You've got so much other stuff to mess with, melodic stuff. My one big critique of myself as a guitar player is that I'm not very fast, and I'm certainly not warmed up right now. So, I'm not playing as cleanly as I would say were I recording. I think if I took another couple stabs at that, I would probably come up with something that was a bit more maybe fast and interesting. Everything is obviously improvised. Yeah, thank you, Rhodey. I appreciate that. One thing I was noticing while playing that is it almost seemed like there was a gate on this, which there is a gate on my amp, but it seemed like I couldn't back the volume down like I would on a normal amplifier. So that's a little bit sketchy, if you will. If I turn the gate off, I'm going to go ahead and come on. I'm going to turn the gate off. So we've got definitely some hum. And a lot of that hum is just the amplifier noise. But if I turn the compressor, and I added a compressor to that to give myself some sustain. So if I hit a note, it goes for a long time, but there's some noise in there. But if I bring the gate back up to the lowest setting I can set it at, it still seems. Yeah, it definitely grabs that note. And that's something I don't like. I typically wouldn't use a noise gate playing a guitar solo, but I didn't turn it off. So again, this transpose situation here. Let me show you this plugin again. Here we go. So here's the plugin, and I'm at the pedals section, which is really. And now I'm transposed down a full step, so this would be a D. Very, very cool, fun amp. Now, one thing I will be doing with this amp sim while I'm playing my modified Stratocaster, I'll be definitely be using this. I have a new tune that I've written that is under the surgeon's knife right now. I've got drums programmed for it. I have bass and guitar tracks recorded for it, and I started working on vocals. So that one's going to come hopefully soon. I'm trying to take time with my productions because I think I've gotten a little bit too aggressive with writing a song and then just recording it and not taking time to let it kind of sink in. Jedi, I'm using Reaper. You can download it for free right now at reaper.fm and use it right now. Yeah, this is, in my humble opinion, it's the best DAW known to man. Other DAWs require you to spend a lot more money to own them, and they also, many of them require a monthly subscription. Yeah, and I'll show you how I'm doing that real quick. And if anybody else, this might be a really important thing to pay close attention to. So here's my master bus right here, or my master track. In fact, let me show you my mixing. So this is my mixing console in Reaper. Whoa, my lights just changed colors. That was kind of interesting. Let's see. So I'm going to tip this light up, this camera up. There we go. So most people put their master bus over on the right-hand side. I've never done that. So this is my master bus. And let's see here, I've got this little plug-in. Let me grab this called Restream. And so you can see that my voice is going into Restream. And that's an effect that's on my master bus. And typically, I use this at the end of my signal chain. I have a couple of different ways to get audio into OBS. You have to download software for both Reaper and OBS to get the signal from Reaper into OBS. And I can't remember exactly how to tell you how to do that, but I'm using Restream right at the moment. But there are a multitude of other ways. I can also use this. I can add a hardware output and tell it to use this little beautiful Reaper thing. And I don't believe this is available on Macintosh computers because they're proprietary to the point that you can't do anything unless it's Mac and owned by Mac, and you pay for it. So there you go. There's my slam on Macintosh today. Although I did just have a terrible experience with Hewlett Packard. And but we don't need to talk about that anymore. That's over, long in the past. Not long enough in the past. So you can use reroute here and select reroute. And what that does, that's a digital audio cable that will send your signal via digital routing into OBS. And I can't tell you exactly why I'm not using that right now. It's just that I had Restream going in here and it works perfectly. And I do not monitor my audio in OBS. OBS is ultimately silent to my headphones. I'm literally monitoring the master bus in Reaper in my headphones right now. I can hear my voice. If I hit my guitar, I can hear my guitar. Which is, oh wow, listen to all those effects. Holy smokes. Let's go in there and turn some of that stuff off. Yeah, it's way too much reverb and delay. So yeah, so that's how I'm getting Reaper directly into OBS, and you're hearing it from OBS to YouTube. Use loopback. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. Hello, Janice. Welcome. Let's see if I can answer any more questions. Yeah, FL Studio. Yeah, I haven't had good luck using FL Studio. I went from basically using Pro Tools to using Sonar, which is Cakewalk ultimately. And when I switched to Reaper, I realized I just downloaded the greatest DAW, I think, known to man. Now, Jedi, just so you know, and I'm not sponsored by Reaper, although there are a lot of people using it due to my advice, and it would be cool if they would throw me a bone. But nonetheless, you can buy the license for it for $60. You don't have to. To my knowledge, it's free to use. All that causes you to do is have to click a little window that pops up every time you open it up, but it's full functioning, and the effects you get, dude, it's unbelievable. And it does blow Pro Tools out of the water. The routing in it is far simpler once you learn it. If you've used Pro Tools, you'll think it's much more complicated, but you're actually wrong in that assumption, because I've used both extensively. So that's my thoughts on that whole process. I haven't used Pro Tools for a long time, so I'm not familiar with what they've got going. Yeah, let's see. And, the other thing is that it runs third-party plugins, just absolutely killer. In fact, I've got a drum track here. Let me get this. Yeah, I'll put that right in your way. I'll go back to my track control panel. So here are my tracks. And I've auto-colored all my tracks so they look organized. I can tell what's what. Let's see. Double guitar. Okay. So I can go to my drum track. And let's just record a loop real quick. Let me see. I'm going to put a click track on this. I have no idea what I'm going to do here. Okay. Let me see. I'm going to turn off this synth to record. Okay. And I am going to record some of my voice, but I need to mute this guitar track. Okay, so I should, right now, I've got a drum track down here, and I'm going to record some guitar on this channel right here. I don't even know why I colored it red. I was just being a dork. Here we go. Let's see. I don't know what I'm going to do. I should have double. So there's no way I'm going to remember exactly what I just played, but we'll double track that now. You can see how simple it is with Reaper to record guitar tracks. I have a second guitar track here that should be in your left ear now that has no overdrive on it. So we're going to need to turn on the right left ear. Sound good in your left ear? And if I turn on both of these guitar tracks, you'll hear my guitar in stereo using two separate amp sims, which is really super fun. We don't need to do that. I think I'm going to try this one more time. This should work. I'm gonna delete this real quick. Here we go. So we got double guitar tracks. So I think I started in G. No way. I'd have to revisit that, but I played something far too complicated for my measly little brain to remember what I did. But as you can see, recording in it is really, really simple. So there you go. Reaper at its finest. Yeah. And, you know, that little trick that I just showed you right there with the both guitar tracks going at the same time, ultimately what I've got is the Mesa Boogie C+ plugin on one track and the same exact plugin on another track, but both amps are set up differently. So it's as if I'm playing through two Mesa Boogie C+ amplifiers that are EQ'd with different effects on them. pretty damn sweet guitar tones. So you could obviously you could track guitars like that, but you'd want to probably play individual tracks to get that full on stereo vibe happening. So I appreciate the questions about that, and I'm always happy to help folks with questions about Reaper. Um, I would say, what are you routing? My niece heard I'd lie. My recording skills are the same. Just using a tape player. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Cakewalk and BandLab are free also. Yeah. Well, so is Reaper. And the other thing of course, I'm a Reaper advocate because I use it and I'm very familiar with it. So, and I'm happy to share the knowledge that I have. It's not like I'm going to steal business from anybody who owns a recording studio. Who the fuck would, excuse French, who would pay for a recording time right now? Really? You're going to go into an actual recording studio and pay somebody to push record? So, my point in saying that is, I'm very biased when it comes to Reaper because it's the DAW that I'm comfortable with. And I encourage everyone, if you're recording, don't switch a DAW just because somebody said this one's better than that one, because that's probably not true. Um, you know, even though I say that, there you go. Yeah, Reaper is totally customizable, much easier than many of the other healthily expensive DAWs that are available. They don't charge a subscription. I won't bring up Pro Tools again. Really tragic. And you can with this with Reaper, they have preset MIDI mapping scripts in it, so that I've got this Novation. Let me see if I can get my other camera. I should be able to do this. Yeah, I've got this Novation MIDI keyboard sitting here. It's not on right now. All I got to do is plug it in, but to a USB port, and then it's powered up. Isn't that cool? So I can tell Reaper to use the play, the stop. I can turn these knobs to control faders for specific channels. I can mix with this board. I can use these buttons to trigger drums. I can use these buttons to change patches in any of my guitar amp sims. It's not that hard to do. Although you've got to make sure to get it set up. And here's the other point that I'll make about Reaper, and then I'm going to let you all go, is that their online presence and the ability to find out how to do anything, literally any process you might want to do or use an effect, their online process or presence is second to none. The Reaper blog, Reaper TV, IQQD, Mike, whatever his name is, even my channel, dude, there are thousands, probably tens of thousands of videos on YouTube that will offer you extremely good help with Reaper. So if you want to learn a new DAW, I can't think of anything better. That's my 2 cents on that. Let's see. Hey, Charlie, welcome. I'll probably see you a little later. Have Reaper. Yeah. Yeah. Perfect. I read my niece heard. That's a great point. And I say do it. If you know a DAW and you're able to record and produce music with it, by all means use it. So you guys, I got to get running. I'm gonna say good night. Thank you for hanging with me tonight. And if you are here and you're not subscribed to my channel, feel free to hit the subscribe button if you feel like what I'm doing is useful, educational, If you enjoy guitar and other uh, software type information, hopefully somebody has learned something tonight. That's my goal. So y'all have a really wonderful evening. Thanks again for joining me. I'm not going to do a roll call right now, but I appreciate y'all being here. Yeah, thank you. Thanks, Rody. Um, yeah, Preston's probably midway through a song right now, so I'm gonna get going and turn it over to Preston. You guys have a great night. Peace, everybody.